Hey, welcome in, Bai. Welcome in, Shy Shy. Congrats on first. My weekend was alright. I had a particularly terrible sleep on Saturday night. So that was not good. But I think other than that, it was okay. Also, I wish my weekend was as long as the way that you have spelt weekend. Is your E key sticking, perhaps? So many E's. Gloves has gone out to basketball, as is the Monday night routine. So I am keeping an ear out for my children. This laptop keyboard is awful. I think they're doing alright. I think they're kind of like in a grade where I think there might be like 4 teams. 2 of them they beat pretty comfortably, and 1 of them beats them pretty comfortably. So one of those seasons where she probably knows what is going to happen before she even gets to the game. I'm trying to recreate the level of comfort that I have when I have knocked out Dark Souls 1 and 2 by going no glasses, which I only have been wearing for stream. I want to see if it makes any difference. I also don't have headphones in normally, but that's partially because I'm listening out for the kids. Have I been playing anything new? Oh, I checked out like... So this is probably the one gaming thing I did on the weekend. I checked out like 9 Next Fest demos with a pretty wide range of success or interest, I guess. But there were a couple that were pretty good. I played a game called Proverbs, which is like it's like a series of like quite large Minesweeper puzzles, but they're all put together in like, I think once you solve them all, it builds like a painting or a picture. But it was just very chill. I love Minesweeper. I feel like I've probably talked about my love of Minesweeper in the past. So I'm quite here for a game that is just like a whole bunch of Minesweeper puzzles. So I'll probably pick that up when it comes out. I think that's out in like 2 weeks. What else that was worth talking about? Like a Picross crossed with Minesweeper. Kind of. I don't know if like where the mines were determined where the picture was, or whether it was like you just solved the puzzle, like that section of the puzzle, and then it revealed the piece of the picture. Like the demo only had like 3 sections in it or something, and it was a huge picture, so it was kind of hard to tell what the actual picture was going to be, which I guess would be giving away the game. I'm trying to think of what else I played. I think it was called Chrono Sword, which was like an attempt at an isometric Souls-like with some time traveling mechanics. Oh, I wonder why they didn't disable properly. Strange. But Chrono Sword was not good. It did not feel good. So I wouldn't recommend that. I mean, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because like some games like Proverbs, like that's meant to be out in 2 weeks. So like it's obviously like refined a lot further than potentially like some of the other games were. Like Chrono Sword might be like really early in development. It wouldn't surprise me. The art looked pretty good, but the actual combat didn't feel very good. It wasn't really. I mean, I came up against one boss and I could not do any damage to it, and I was like, this doesn't even feel that good to play. So I'm kind of like not really that interested in figuring out how to beat this boss. So, you know, it might get better. It might be very early in development, and I might be judging it unfairly. I don't think I've really seen anybody do a good isometric Souls-like. I'm trying to think. Any other puzzle games? Oh yeah, I tried. So I played Locomotive, which is like a point-and-click adventure game, and that seemed pretty good. Just Tunic counter Souls-like. I guess? Probably. Depends how you define Souls-like, I guess. But it had like bonfires, and it had like respawning enemies when you rested the bonfire. Had like dodge roll with iframes. So yeah, I guess. But I mean, even that, the combat was pretty good, but like not as good as FromSoft. But you know, that's a high bar. Yeah, Locomotive seemed good. The writing was pretty funny. Like, it seemed like it had a very good idea of what it was trying to be, and I thought it was doing a good job of that. Very intentionally in a funny point and click game. Hey, welcome in, Doc. Whoops, didn't mean to talk to you. I also played Plug It In, which was a cool puzzle game, which I enjoyed. It did not get torturously hard. I mean, that's not necessarily an indication of what it will be like when you get the full game, but like that was more of a traditional level-based puzzle game where you have basically have like power plugs of like all the various. I think it only introduced like 2 or 3, but like, you know, the different kinds of power plugs, like different countries have different plugs, and then outlets, and you have to like plug all the plugs in. There are various rules around, like, you know, some of the. It actually reminded me of trying to get my computer desk set up, where you have like some of the adapters or whatever have like a big chunky thing that you've got to somehow get to fit in among all the other ones, and then it introduced like, you know, effectively double adapters and like chaining them and stuff, and it just felt very like just like the tactile sensation of plugging them in felt good. So I reckon I'll probably play that when it comes out. Let's see. Windblown is like a, probably call it like a Hades like isometric, real-time action, roguelite kind of stuff where you're, you know, getting different, you're doing runs where you unlock different weapons or whatever for that particular run, but then you're also getting materials and whatnot to to unlock other stuff when you get back to base. That's made by the Dead Cells folks, which I've never played, but you know, everybody, that game's regarded very highly, and the Windblown combat felt very good. So I reckon that will be pretty good when it comes out. I think that might already be in early access. I don't think I'll do early access again. It would have to be like I would have to be like incredibly invested in a game to do early access again. Hey Doc, I'm going alright. How are you going? Just talking about Steam Next Fest demos that I played. Did you play anything? You're great. Good to hear it. I think there were a couple of games that I was kind of mid on. Like, they weren't bad, but they didn't blow my mind either. Is your school final exam is tomorrow? Nice. That does sound very exciting. Good luck. See if I can remember. So I played like AI Limit, which was a more traditional Souls-like, I would say, like third-person combat. And that was like okay. Like the combat felt alright. But you know, didn't blow my mind or anything. But I feel like that was pretty early days for that. I played Usual June, which was like it was a very strange demo because it didn't, unless I missed something, it didn't introduce any of what was going on. And it just like threw you straight into the action. Come on, dude, really? Oh my goodness. Guy. Yeah, so it seemed like you're playing as June, who can like see ghosts, maybe. Definitely can see like some stuff that other people can't see, and then you kind of go into like another dimension or something. You're like, there was some like third-person combat that like it wasn't particularly hard or complicated, but I felt good enough. But then it felt like it stopped just before you got to the first boss, which I thought was an interesting choice. Like, I did want to see the boss because the game had basically been like setting you up for this boss for like basically the whole demo. So it was an interesting choice that they didn't even let you see it. But yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that game. Like, it didn't... I'm interested to see where it goes, but it didn't like mechanically interest me enough for me to feel real confident in putting money down for it. I feel like that one might be in early access as well. Probably the real hit for me, I think, was I'm gonna get the name wrong probably. Urban Myth Dissolution Center, I think it was called. And it was kind of like part visual novel, part like 2D, like walking around, talking to people, interacting with stuff. And then like some very loose sort of fill in the gaps puzzles. I want to compare it to Golden Idol, but it wasn't that advanced. It was more like Tangle Towers puzzles, if you've ever played that or heard of it. But the world building was very interesting. So it was like you play as this girl who can see, basically has clairvoyance and can see things that have occurred in the past. And you basically get like, it's not blackmail, extorted? You basically get bullied into working for this place that goes around like trying to deal with urban myths. It's very interesting, like just a very interesting concept. So I'm kind of keen to play that when it comes out. I think that'll be good. Yeah, very different. Yeah, it was pretty intense actually. Like the one case that the demo has, you're investigating like the urban myth of the I can't remember what they called it. It was like, but basically like a stalker under your bed, and it was, I don't know, it was pretty. It's hard to describe. It was a very interesting vibe. I lived. Thank you. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, it was definitely had horror-ish vibes. I'm trying to think of. I can't remember how many I've said I played now. I think I've probably covered most of them. Got to be pretty close to 9. I'm pretty sure it was 9. Check. I also, the other one was Rift of the Necrodancer, which is like kind of like a Guitar Hero Necrodancer game, which it was fun, but it's the kind of game where I would have to play for like 500 hours to get good at it, and I'm too busy playing other games for 500 hours trying to get good at them. But I know I will never get good enough at that. Yeah, it was definitely fun, and like as you would expect from that team, like very well done. I did a little bit of practice on Dark Souls 3, but I've come to some conclusions about hitless runs and the function that they serve for me. So what I've really realized is that I really like having a run where I don't have to think about it. So that's what I really enjoyed about running Dark Souls 1 and 2 offline. Like, I knew those games well enough, and they're actually not that hard, that I can just do a run, I can zone out, not think about anything. Whereas Dark Souls 3, I'm going to have to learn. Like, I'm going to have to sit down and be like, okay, I've just got to play this boss 10 times in a row to get it. And I just, like, right at the moment, I just don't have the mental energy to do that, which kind of sucks because I do want to finish it. But so I basically did a run through of a slightly longer Dark Souls 1 run, which is weird because I know when I was running it, I was like, I'm never going to do this game again. But now that I've run it for so long, it's very comfortable. Like, I know what to do. I know what to do when. There's very little to remember. So yeah, I'm embracing some runs that are very, like, comfy to me, mentally comfy to me. And yeah, I definitely intend on doing the harder ones at some point, but yeah, probably once this run is done, I'll start. I think once this run is done, I'll start looking at Sekiro, and I'll probably do like a casual playthrough of that on stream before trying to do it hitless. Yeah, it's nice to kind of come to a conclusion about why I'm doing the things I'm doing, and allowing that to be okay, rather than like, oh, I've got to do Dark Souls 3 next because I did 1 and 2. Yeah, I did try playing a little of it the other day, and it's definitely going to take some practice to get back into it because it's a very specific game. It's not like, you play Dark Souls 1, you can kind of play Dark Souls 2. It's very different, much more precise. Feel the fight against completionist Carl is there and fully support your decision. Yeah. I will complete it. But yeah, I want to have still see some progress. Like, I enjoy seeing the progress and working on them, but I'm happy to just do some stuff I know a little bit better rather than trying to figure something out from scratch. We got there in the end. Thank you for the good luck, Malika. And GG on your new PB. Oh my goodness, I just completely forgot how to pogo. It's terrifying. Well deserved, well deserved. Good luck, Bo. I hope my Soul Warrior advice helps you. Like, I should own up and say that, like, 2 out of my last 3 runs have died to Soul Warrior, so maybe you may want to consider getting some advice from somebody else. But I do think my advice is good. It's just, yeah, to be fair, the last 2 times I died to Soul Warrior, it was because I did not follow that advice. I think both times, in fact, I just walked directly into a fireball. So I didn't mention that in my advice, but if you were considering just walking directly into a fireball, don't do that. Metroidvania gaming, that's it. Yeah, I'm right. Okay. Don't walk into fireballs. That's what I'm adding to my advice. Okay. Hey, welcome in, Daredevil. Congrats on getting your Steam page up. Wish listed. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Next up, demo. How do you decide what, like, how much of the game you put in a demo, especially for like something that has like point and click kind of mechanics, and RPG mechanics? Like, how do you decide what the scope is? Sure. Do the other one. Yeah. Do you already have an idea of what is going to be in it for Fortune and Glory? I saw the screenshot of the battle system, and I was immediately brought back to like Quest for Glory 4. For me, I have enough other mechanics that I want to successfully display. Most of the mechanics have a whole story bit. Okay. Want to successfully display most of the mechanics. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. You've got the whole thing drawn. Nice. How's your Blasphemous 2 playthrough going? Lights are implemented, but getting a slight rework before next test round. Nice. I never got very far in Quest for Glory 4. I think Silver often says it's like one of his favorite games. I remember loving it, but yeah, I didn't get very far in like any of it. Like the RPG parts of it or the puzzling parts of it. But I only played it when I was, I don't know how old I would have been, like probably maybe early teens max. Beat Evertino, the last boss remains, so I bet there's some work to get all the endings. Yeah, I remember from my little bit of playing Blasphemous 1 that they were quite intricate. The NPC stuff you had to do. The fights need work on Quest for Glory. That work is an inspiration. Yeah, okay.
Garadel Akari.
Dun, dun, dun. What am I doing? Glasses off challenge, that's it, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Got through work. Actually had a pretty good sleep last night. The almost guaranteed good sleep of the day after a bad sleep, the night after a bad sleep. So feeling pretty awake, relatively speaking. Work was fine. Yeah, doing okay. It's good to see you streaming again, Nitro. All days, yeah.
Velmi Artred. Kachael, Lead Velmi Artred. Velmi Artred. Velmi Artred. Velmi Artred. Helma Delker.
Beaten Dark Souls off stream. Yeah. So I've beaten Dark Souls 1 and 2. What am I doing? Oh shit, that guy was charging at me. Yeah, I beat them both off stream. I was just saying I've come to peace with the fact that doing challenge runs, doing like reset runs on a game that I'm like fairly familiar with is just a very therapeutic thing for me. Like it's a way that I use it to allow my brain to relax because I do not relax easily. I noticed this because I started routing Dark Souls 3, but I noticed that it is like really hard. And I know I'm gonna have to like practice heaps to actually be remotely good enough to do it, and I just was like, I don't have the mental energy to do that right now. So I decided to do a slightly longer run on Dark Souls 1. Because I know like 90% of the route already. So it's just adding a few extra bosses. So I think it'll be a nice thing to just chill out. Let my brain just relax. Well, relax about in real life stuff anyway, and obsess over tiny details about where mob enemies move. You know, things like that. I will go for Dark Souls 3 eventually, but when I have a bit more mental capacity, I think. To find time in the right state of mind these days, yeah, I get that. But Left 4 Dead 2 is good stuff to just turn my brain off and play. Nice. Yeah, it's cool you have like friends to do it with you too. Like, I don't know any friends that would be willing to stream a game. Yeah, probably I've got a couple of friends that like I was gonna say we game occasionally, but we haven't gamed for a very long time now, but we used to game pretty regularly together, but yeah, I can't imagine them ever agreeing to do something on stream. Hey, Kaon, welcome in. Hope you're feeling better. I had this lingering thought the other night. I did fix your first word things. I implemented it myself because I don't trust whatever StreamerBot was doing. So it should work now. But it did occur to me that your streak may be dead. And I'm sorry if that's the case. Oh, okay, it hasn't gone yet. Doing mostly better. Oh, good. Of those three I played with, one is Suda, who always streams stuff with me. One was the brother of my streamer friend who was very used to it. And the third, yeah, I figured they were all pretty comfortable streaming already. Usually when it's a bunch of people, there's always one that could go off the rails, and I need to agree about off the rails in what way. It's an interesting... Don't ever go look at my Borderlands 2 mods. Noted. It just becomes a highly offensive podcast. That sounds entertaining, though. Yeah, understandable that you don't want that. Well, yeah, I saw you started Sekiro, Michaela. How are you going? Where are you up to? It is hard. It takes a while to click. That's in the category of games that definitely I gave up on at least once. I think twice. I think I quit and uninstalled it twice before it finally clicked, and I'm pretty sure I quit and uninstalled at the same spot twice. So if you're having trouble, I could almost predict where it is. Hey Jan, welcome in. My friends is a Native American who really digs deep into Native jokes and stereotypes, and I think only we know that he's Native, so it can get really awkward really fast. Yeah, that makes sense. All my life, and I could not tell you what an Indigenous stereotype would be. Bless you. It's probably for the best. Tied for number 13. Hey, that's good. That's a good thing here. It's a good thing of this channel. As a casino. Three's unbroken. Wow, that is. I'm legitimately surprised by that. God bless. God bless Twitch. Good. Trying his hardest, Nick. Just can't let him kill it. Yeah, wow. Twitch being kind for once. Who would have thought it? Thank you for that, JJ. Yeah. The Kyle stream missless. the hardest run. Steady and greedy, I'm impressed. This run will go very well, you can feel it. Well, you never know. You never know. Be nice. Streams have clicked for Kale. I had someone out of nowhere who had never redeemed Stream Streak redeem a 100 streak once. I think Kale, that's what you should go for. Sleeper Shock and all. It's always there. Maybe Kaon has like figured out some Twitch hack where he doesn't need to be out of stream anymore. Maybe that's what he's done. What's the hack? I got to 50 once and I think I will not care to again, yeah. I think I can't remember what I got up to. I got up to some pretty high number in Kaons and then lost it. I think I lost it again the other day as well from oversleeping. He didn't die, did he? Did he die? I'm gonna reset. So you don't strictly need to defeat Dung Defender, but I do. There is a skip you can do. I don't want to do it, so I'd rather fight Dung Defender. So I do. Trying to log in before airplane flights and stuff. Yeah, I get that. I'm like on holidays. Like, oh, I got reception for like 5 minutes. Let me just log in, maybe send a chat message. As a streamer I'm modding, I never get higher than a 5 streak. It makes no sense. Yeah. Yeah, that is weird. I know you have to be there for like some number of minutes. I don't know. I don't think you have to interact. Oh, damn it. Dude, no. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen it tick up where I haven't chatted or anything. I could be wrong. Maybe that 5 minutes rule 2 be named. Yeah. Checks out. You also can't have the channel muted in Twitch. I know that. If you have like the Twitch embedded player muted, it won't count. Pretty sure that's true. Didn't get stream streaks so far. Does it work in Twitch phone up? Yeah, it works in the phone up. It's like have people tabbed out but volume on. Oh, like in your mobile. Like not in the app or in like a web browser on your phone, you mean? Or like on your computer. Okay, I assume that works. Yeah, I definitely have people like that sometimes. You must have missed some streams. Yeah, I think there were a couple last week. I don't remember seeing you at. Hard because I kind of stream a bunch of different stuff now. Like, I know some people are coming for like the hitless stuff. Some people are here for the point-and-click adventure games. I'm also playing a horror game for October. I feel like Doc's pretty invested in that, which is cool. Speaking of point and click, have you played it? I have played it. It is very good. It's very good. Enjoyed it a lot. It took me a few goes to, so I can take you through my mental experience of it, if you like. I think it's probably in that category of games that I like installed a couple of times and uninstalled. I tried and uninstalled, and it took me really embracing the fact that I could, just because I'd found a puzzle, like, it didn't mean I could solve it yet. Like, I had to really embrace that because it was uncomfortable to me at first. Like, I don't know how much you know about the game or if you've seen any of it or anything. I would assume you know the basic idea. You know nothing about it. Okay, well, I won't spoil you then. Well, okay. The one thing I will say is that it starts and it gives you kind of... Yeah, no. Okay, cool. So you're trying to determine fates of people on this ship, right? And it's kind of like a massive logic puzzle if you've ever done them. Or like... What does Gloves call them? She calls them quizzles. I don't know if they're called that in the US. I'm going to run that ad while I explain this. I've got a 3-minute ad. I'd never heard it before either, for what it's worth. But have you heard of a logic puzzle where you have like a grid and there's only going to be one match between two items in the grid, if that makes sense? So you're trying to match up like a bunch of categories to one set of people, for example. So in this case, you've got all the people on the ship. They're all dead. I don't think that's a spoiler. You learn that pretty much immediately. And you're trying to find out who they are. So match a picture of the person, their name, I think their like rank or role on the ship, and how they died. And the game starts by like introducing, I'm pretty sure it introduces like 3 people, and all the information you need to get those 3 people is immediately available. And one important thing is you have to unlock them in sets of 3, so you can't just brute force like one of the people. It will only lock in 3 correct answers once you've locked in 3 people and all of their required information. So you lock in 3. You're like, oh, this is my experience. I did the introduction, which was the first 3 deaths. I'm like, okay, cool, got an idea. And then the game just like opens up, and it doesn't really explain to you that it's opening up. It's just like, oh, I don't know what to do with that. Should I keep digging further to find more people that are dead? Like, and it really took me, I just had to trust that that I was gonna be okay, that it wasn't gonna become like completely overwhelming. Because the first 2 times I played it, I was like, this is too much. Like, I've come across like 6 people and I don't have any idea about who they are, what they were doing. I kind of know how they died, but that's it. Like, so you really just have to be like, okay, I'm just going to see everything, and then I'm going to start trying to figure stuff out. And then I think it kind of sorts itself out. So you can trust the game that it's on top of that experience of being overwhelmed. And yeah, it is very pretty. But I mean, that could just be my very completionist brain. You're pretty decent at these sorts of things. I spoiled it a bit by leveraging effective guessing. Right, okay. Yeah, I definitely didn't want to, like, because I know I have a bit of a tendency, especially when I'm not doing something on stream in front of people, I do have a bit of a tendency to, like, brute force things. I think I really tried to not lock anything in unless I was pretty sure. Oh, the other thing is I think the game tells you that there's some things you'll have to guess. I feel like it says that. Like, there's some things where you kind of have to. You might need to know some external information too. You have to make ready for school. Okay, good luck with school, Malika. Thank you for the good luck. And good luck with your run too and your Soul Warrior battles. Yeah, I do think you have to guess. And there's some, yeah, definitely some extra game information like recognizing accents potentially, I think can be important, or like making some educated guesses about nationalities and things like that. I don't think it's a perfect game, but it's quite interesting. It's very good. Like, sorry, that was not meant to come across like criticism. I mostly accept all of that as, you know, just my brain not necessarily gelling with how the game onboarded. Not even onboarding. The onboarding's pretty good, but the like mid-boarding, the moving from the onboarding introduction to the actual game, that was the bit that I found difficult. But for no reason. Like, it was fine. I didn't need to worry about it. I just did. Dealing with Khan not being the perfect target audience. Yeah, exactly, yeah. But then again, like, I included in my favorite games. Like, because once I got past that hurdle, it was, yeah, great. It was excellent. Oh, come on. I don't think I've actually missed this many times before, which is kind of hard to believe, actually. Yeah. Oh, there was a demo for Rise of the Golden Idol as well, but I didn't play it because I don't want to be spoiled on it at all. Oh my goodness. We already know the Golden Idol rises. Oh, sorry. spoilers. I think it like re-rises because I'm pretty sure it's like set after the events of the original. Yeah, so far, so good. Did you play Obra Dinn Bio? I feel like you would have. What was your take on it? I enjoyed most of it, and then I hated that it essentially required guessing. Yeah, I was saying my main complaint was the like feeling of overwhelm when the game kind of opens itself up. But other than that, I don't remember. I guess I did have to guess at the end a bit. I don't remember it being too bad. They just dropped a few of those last few crew members, it would have been such a great experience. Did the other guy die? Let's just wait for a minute here to see. Looks like he did. Yeah, that is, yeah, very unexpected. Jeez, that was super close. Do, 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 do. Games in the style Aberdeen Golden Idol, Chance, Duck Detective. I think Chance of Sinner is your favorite. Interesting. Okay. I think Golden Idol would be my favorite. Chance was good though. They're all good. I think I would put Duck Detective on a lower level than the other three. Personally. There are a few bits where I thought I mean, I may have just missed something, but there were like definitely one or two bits where I thought it was not obvious. Like, I just felt like the difficulty was a bit all over the place on that. Some bits were like really easy. Other bits didn't seem like there was sufficient information. I would have said Golden Idol, but the DLC ruined it a bit for me. Which one? I can't remember. I thought the Spider of Lanka one was done very well. I thought it was very good. I think the Lemurian vampire I was less keen on. Yeah, that's fair. My brother's bow was a historical sailor tour guide, so he immediately knew what all the hats were and figured out a lot of stuff much faster than yeah. It does seem like the kind of game where, because I know he did a ton of research. I know Lucas Pope did a ton of research, like about actual boats and stuff. Yeah, the time mechanic was good. That's true. You said you're a sucker for a time mechanic. Have you played? I'm trying to think. I played like a point and click adventure game that had a time mechanic in it. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was like, I think it was like post-apocalyptic, maybe. I'm watching a Let's Play. No, I have played Sexy Brutale, but it wasn't that. I'm not familiar with Ophelia. Watching a Let's Play and an individual new nationalities based on their names, and obviously that is part of the puzzle. Yeah. Yeah, right. I'm gonna look at my Steam library. See if I can remember what this game is. Have I categorized it as a point and click game? That's the question. Pretty sure it was in my Steam library. So I have not categorized it in a helpful way. I even remember what the guy looks like. I didn't do this, but now it's annoying me. Yeah, it'll be in. Why is it so hard to find games? Games that I already own. Mission the Duck Detective is a lesser version. Totally agree. In fact, one part just is stuck in my head. The fill-in was like something did something, and I was like, well, like 4 different people did different things. Yeah, yeah. The part of the problem, part of the thing that tells me that it wasn't so good is that I don't remember any of the specifics. Oh, it was called The Silent Age. Hmm. I'm not necessarily saying that's a recommendation, but I remembered. I remembered by looking through all of the games I own. Aren't you proud of me? It was totally fine, yeah. I can't remember some of the puzzles being kind of neat. But yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember anything about the story. I just remember kind of like shifting between time to like move things and stuff. That's about it. It's the full extent of what I remember. So that probably is in the Duck Detective category. Oh, I need to sit at the bench here. I always forget to do it. Didn't mention to Nolan that you and Lost Lake were looking for a theme and charity event to help pick a game, so that is definitely on the agenda. Cool. What's your favorite Metroidvania power up that isn't double jump? I admit that I am not like super well versed in Metroidvanias, so I'll put that out there first. From this game, I would probably, yeah, I was, yep, exactly. That's definitely where I was going. Shade Cloak would be my favorite ability, I think. You knew it was the iframes. What gave it away? Why would I like iframes? Yes, good question, Kale. And anybody else? What about you, Kale? Sorry, buddy. Kale is back, and his streak survived by some. It's a Twitch miracle. As the Book of Amazon says, in chapter 3, verse 9, Bezos takes and Bezos giveth, and Bezos, I can't even say that. Bezos taketh away. That's a real mouthful. That might be screw attack, aka damage enemies by touching them. Yeah, that would be handy. You're not sure how to get unmoderated on this one. Send it to bio. Bash power. That is cool, yeah. I have played Ori. It isn't just Bezos taketh and Bezos taketh again. Yeah, well, I mean, that's probably true too. Personally love from actual Metroid the receiving of a power key that you now need to go back into every single room you've been through to figure out if it opens up another door in the days of less obvious Metroid type games. Yeah. Yeah. Is that not true of like later Metroids? Does Metroid Dread not have that? I played like a decent chunk of that. I'd be lying if I said most. I don't think I played most, but I played like probably 10-15 hours of it. And I remember there being things where I'm like, is this the power that unlocks that thing? And invariably I was wrong. Yeah, C-Dash is good. What do people that are rich even do with their money? So I don't answer that. Welcoming Russell. Stop playing later Metroids in the Prime days. Yeah, they were all like that. Okay. Do enjoy where you get the secret revealer vision cone to point out hidden things. Yeah, that is true. That feels like we made the game too hard hack. But I do it, yeah. When you get to the end of the game and it's like, okay, you've got far enough that now we're just going to give you the thing that lets you see all the other things you've missed. That is neat. Found the key to Metroid, no pun intended, is never taking a break. Yes, that's so true. That's so true from my one experience of playing a Metroid game. That's exactly how I felt about it. But to be fair, maybe it's just as I've gotten older, or maybe it's just contingent with getting older that I have less time. But like, I find most games now, if I don't play it for like over a week, I'm basically gonna restart it. Like, I just can't. I'm never gonna get over. Phew, that's a relief. That's a relief. Dude. Oh shit, that was close. It's gonna wait. Just upgrade. Well, technology needs to make a few leaps before that's a reality. I was thinking about writing something funny, but my funny gene is not working today. Well, we all have days like that. I'll pretend you said something funny. How about that? Oh shit, that was close. That was so close. Ah! My god. That... Whew. That jump between the folly and soul warrior, man. And then it was just panic. I was just in panic after that for the rest of the fight. I was like, please be over, please be over. We survived. Oh, okay. Any huge projects this week? Yeah, I do actually. I've got, you see this cardboard box here? This cardboard box contains a, well, I don't know exactly. I know generally. It contains some sort of access control device. Like a gate? If you imagine like a gate that you scan like an RFID card or a badge or whatever at like a gym. I don't know if it contains an actual physical gate. I assume it's just the reader because it's not very big. But I have to write an integration with that, with our Leisure Centre product. So I'm wrapping up what I'm currently working on before I do that. But yeah, it's going to be quite a big project, I imagine. Probably going to take a little while. It's got to be done by the end of the year, which is not a huge amount of turnaround, but it should be alright. It takes how long it takes. Being for the bunnies is way funnier. Yeah, I'm writing an access control system for the bunnies. What are we here? I meant to update my bot, but I forgot. This is the game Fortune and Glory. It's the game that Davor is working on. He's just created a Steam page for it. So if you feel so led, please go on wishlist. I know that the wishlist helps the algorithm. Well, doesn't help the algorithm, but it helps Davor's use of the algorithm. So yeah, please go and help him out. Yeah, no worries. You haven't beaten Crimson Tide. Man, I haven't had it. Well, not having a chance is not accurate. I've had plenty of chances, but it's definitely in the category of requires mental strength and energy that I have not been up to. But yeah, that and Gemini Rue I've got to get back to. I almost can predict what the question is by we're all toads in the Oath of Life. Oh. No, you gotta ask. I can't ask. It's not my project. It's probably not answerable from the Steam page. Oh, that was not what the question I thought it was going to be. Oh, I was wrong. Can you not figure that out from the Steam page? That does seem like a question that could be answered by the Steam page. That was flirting with disaster. Plan is for it to be back as well. Actually, I might need to go visit the page now that I think about it. Edit the page. As far as controller support goes, for text parser, probably no. It says it is on PC, not that it won't be coming to anywhere else. I thought you were going to ask if you could interview Dave. Misunderstood. But also, all right. Well, Where we got to last time? Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, that was scary. The dead jumps, man. I hate those dead jumps. And then I panicked at the end. I was like, he should be dead. Why is he not dead from the shade cell? I'm lucky I had enough soul for the D-Dark. Otherwise that would have got not pretty. Thank you for the GG. Yeah, Biodavor is the developer of... Oh my god, I've forgotten the name. Talamer? I mean, it's another language. I don't feel too bad about it. The game that I Talmer, the game that I told everybody to play in Discord. Where are my notes? Where are we going? A Game Boy game up there that was kind of fun, but I'd rather make my own C++ Game Boy engine than use Game Boy Studio. Classic developer. Station. Yeah, we all have good reasons, Dave. We all have good reasons. There'll be a game in the next 5 years that can blow you away. think Automod thought you were saying blow me. Their mandatory visual scripting which is slower to use than Scratch. Yeah, look, I'm not disputing your reasons. I'm sure you have reasons. What was the last game that blew you away, Kratzel? Like, what bar are we trying to meet here? Curious. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Sometimes reasons do need disputing, it's true, but I would never, as somebody who, I'm trying to think if I've ever had a good experience of like using a third-party library for something. As somebody that in my work life has heavily invested in like, I'm gonna go on the wrong way. Yeah, heavily invested in developing my own tools for stuff. Maybe I'm supposed to kill this guy. I think I am. Yeah. I would never judge anybody for doing it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a game developer, so I think, that's kind of like, that's 100% one of the things that stops me from developing a game, is that I'm so used to understanding the entire toolchain from end to end, but obviously not having any game dev experience, trying to write the whole toolchain from end to end is a lot, and I've never got there. Yeah.
Velmi Ardred. Velmi Ardred. Velmi Ardred. Kachael Liasok. Helmadelka.
Why will my Automod not accept blow me? Oh, blow me, it's different. I've allowed blow me, but it modded you on blew me. Come on, Automod. Last game that blew you away might have been Subnautica. That is a very good game. Another one of my favourite games. So normally I would do a controlled C dash across here, but I don't feel, because it's a live run, I don't feel confident enough. So I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Last game that really blew me away. Say,
Garadel Akari.
I would say Nine Souls and Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Both of those, for different reasons, both of those like went into my favorite games ever. When does this guy respawn? Maybe because we had the cutscene? I've been raving about them recently. I apologize for being too excited. It's so rare that I express any excitement about anything, that any excitement is a rave. Worked on a project on my last job where I needed to align RNA sequences from a long read sequencer which had its own abnormal readout and required its own proprietary software that would just toss out the reads as bad. So I had to write a workflow to do it in R, And the project manager was very unhappy that we couldn't just throw away thousands of dollars worth of experiments and millions of reads as bad because it took me longer than 5 minutes to write this workflow. Oracle enemies respawn. Ah, that does make sense. Hey, welcome in, Chico. Makes us feel like you're in the wrong Twitch channel with all the positive feelings. Jeez. Too real, man. Too real. Oh, jeez, that was funny. That was good. Brought a tear to my eye by it. Number of times I got the question, why didn't you just use their software? And I had to say, because then all the data would be trashed because their software is not made to do what we're doing. It made me lose it numerous times. So I have this recurring, I can't say nightmare because I'm awake for it, but I have this recurring situation with somebody at my workplace where they keep asking, why don't we just use this third-party component library, as if doing so will solve every problem that has ever occurred. And I've explained to them all the reasons why we have invested in our own component libraries to do things. And they're just like, no, it's a third-party library, therefore, like, it will be well supported and it will have no bugs because other people use it. And I'm like, have you ever used a third-party library before? And I'm like, and the guy just keeps bringing it up, and I don't know if he is not listening or he doesn't understand. It's a real pet peeve. It does sound like a nightmare, but I am awake. A waking nightmare? I guess that's what it is. Bugs only happen when I'm the developer. Yeah, that's right. I think there was a day where my manager and I we kind of share the load of responding to this guy because it is a burden. And there was a day where I was feeling more charitable and I was like, he's like higher up the food chain than I am, but he's on the same level as my manager. So we're okay. But yeah, there was a day where I was feeling more charitable and I was like, okay, I'm going to look at this library to see what it would give us. And then I came across their forums where everybody is just like railing about all these bugs and all the responses are like, this is by design, and like just all this kind of like pushback against fixing any of this stuff that everybody else considers a bug. I'm like, okay. Yeah, exactly. We designed it not to work the way that you want it to work. Anyway. There we go. We brought it back down. There was that brief period of surprising joy. We brought it back down. Should say we're happy to go with a third-party library if you're willing to take that work on. I think that would be a dangerous slope to go down. You're more into third-party than I used to be to save time. I think third-party is fine. Like, I'm not crapping on all third-party libraries. I think like there's certain problems that are not worth developing your own solution to. But even then, it can just in my experience, invariably there is some problem that you can't solve and you have to kind of work around. What's second-party software? Yeah, yeah, like maybe another team within the same company. It's kind of a bit weird. Thank you for the good luck, Pretzel. It's a situational definition. Let's just see what happens. I want to wait for these balls to go away, please. Good. There's balls. Trajectory kills. Yeah, they know where you're heading. I have any soul now, which is a bit of a problem. It's good. Let's make it seem like you were cooling on Signalis, or was at the end of the one, right? No, I'm still into it. I want to see where it goes. Force yourself to do exercises each day at 10 a.m. to have a minimum amount of movement. I feel like it's the worst part of my day that I'll do anything to get out of. That's not good. I try to exercise. I try to work out like 3 times a week, but I do find that I procrastinate starting. But it's like one of the few things that will make me feel better if I'm having a bad day, which is, it's nice to have that. I didn't used to have that, and now I have it. This is bad. Just, I'd rather attack you from underneath, dude. Things I'll do anything to get out of is waking up early. Well, that I just have a legitimate problem with. Just waking up on time, I have a legitimate problem with. Getting another we need a meeting. Oh, that's the worst. It's the worst. Look at the stretch and hydrate Kretzel. You might have got this and you might not. We need a redeem that is both those combined. I've thought about removing them, to be honest. Because I do just drink, you know. You also stretching a redeem. Okay, so it's serving a community purpose. I'll leave it. Company's pretty good about meetings. Projects end up 2 to 3 regular meetings a week, plus an additional for a client deliverable if applicable. And if a feature is complicated enough for a meeting, both the devs always agree. Hydrate is whatevs. Okay, maybe I'll get rid of the hydrate. Because we have a sip. We have a sip command already. Yeah, it must be like a fairly small team. Alright, we got an ad. I'm going to run it. Go to the bathroom. And be back for Watcher Nights. Hey, we got a point. Thank you, Nacho. So, watch your notes. From break straight into watches, yeah. Easy, easy. Give it a good look. I don't know how many frames away from getting hit there that I was, but it can't have been many. It can't have been many. That D-Dark, that was so close to being a hit. Take it. Do, do. Are we to the part of the run where you get Middle Spirit yet? Yeah, we're just a bit past that. Room below. Years ago, I didn't believe DVDs would become this redundant. Yeah, well, I guess that's the way with all All media, really, isn't it? Oh, shit, no. Okay. Benchfly's making me work for it. Blu-rays are also hardly used, yeah. I'm kind of glad I dumped my library of DVDs years ago. Now I don't have to look at this visual reminder of me wasting my money on a shelf of things I can't decide whether or not I want to watch. Yeah, agreed. We got 6 DVDs left. You can't tell the last time I put a disc in to watch something, yeah. And the kids have a few movies that are like DVDs, but Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, and a collection box of Disney DVDs. Nice. When the internet's out, yeah. I haven't used physical media in a while, but the quality of movies on Blu-ray is unmatched. I often get frustrated with what video compression does to movies over streaming platforms. It shocks me to learn that you would have these kinds of concerns, Cam. Also, it legitimately shocks me that you haven't used physical media in a while. I thought you only played on OG hardware. One movie I forget which I actually had to ask for your money back. Wow. Like a streamed movie. Like you paid for a movie. I didn't even know you could do that. Yeah, I'm legitimately surprised by this. I feel like that message from Kaon about the visual quality of a medium is proof that his account has been hacked. Yeah, makes sense. I gave it back, wow. You cursed. Who is this person? This isn't Kaon. Although, if there was something that you were going to curse about, quality of your media might be it.
Vamos, fínalo.
I'm now thinking of the Simpsons meme of like old man yells at cloud, but with the meaning of cloud as like the cloud. And I feel like there's a Kaon based meme that could be created there. He glitches in NES. All right, it's time. It's time, people. Your wife wouldn't let a disc player be visible in our family room, so I've fallen away from using it. Wouldn't let it be visible? Hey. That's 100% true. Yeah, it's just a room. Give it the GGs. This didn't result in divorce, or is this how you got the entire basement? All the physical media players are in the basement now. We're a bit like the odd couple, as she generally dislikes electronics, but the basement is mine and I have my own office, so no complaints though. Alright. There's nearly 100-year-old TV for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And it's not small, but I'm really interested in getting it. 100 years old. How old is TV? Is that like exaggerated for effect? Do you actually mean 100 years old? That's wild. So how much is it going for? When was TV even invented? I didn't even think it was around then. Consumer TVs were available in about 1940. Oh. 1939 would be a reasonable estimate. Oh shit, that was close. Okay. Let's focus. So close. They're the thick end of 100 years. TV meaning television, like from radio waves, not 100 years old. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. Seemed... Oops. Is your desk on board with a paperweight that big? Do I need soul here? don't think so. I'll mod it to accept RGB input. Maybe put a bunch of old movies on repeat on it. Wow, that's commitment. If it's actually that old, that I would expect that would be pretty expensive then, right? Is that like an antique? Scares me.
To sta jugando. Gehwal nedoka. Finelo bam.
Just wanted to bow to you. You didn't even bow to me.
Amisodo.
Why not be considered a horror game? I mean, if we're really flexible with the term horror. Yeah, I reckon it could. Certainly the way I play it. Yeah, and like... Sorry about it. Yeah, like some of the stuff that has occurred before is pretty dark. And then some of the stuff that happens during the course of the game is pretty dark. Plus there's just Deep Nest, which could quite easily be a setting of a horror game. A little backstory for No Eyes. For No Eyes by the Kickstarter backer, who came up with it was so dark that Team Cherry asked him if they could tone it down. I would be so proud if something I conceived of was too dark for Team Cherry. It is befitting of Halloween season, perhaps. Is Halloween big in Australia? Not really. No. I mean, depends where, I think. Or like, I would say when I was a kid, it wasn't really a thing at all. And it increasingly has become more prevalent in recent years. But yeah, like, I don't think it's a huge thing. Certainly not as big as it is in the US. Not big for you either, okay. Meanwhile, Team Cherry came up with Path of Pain and Pantheon 5. Yeah, well, they prefer the horror to be on this side of the screen, I guess. As we continue to poison the world's cultures. Yeah, but quite often the world's cultures, like, want to be poisoned. They want to be, like, Americanized. No worries, Devil. Thanks for stopping by. Pleasure as always. Halloween is so fun, though. Yeah, it does seem like it would be fun. I guess never having really experienced it as a kid. Takes away from it a bit. Oh yeah, we got... I don't know if that was their last stream. Might have been... There's another one as well. There's also because I just realized that I still have a couple of animated slots available. Oh man, I can tell I'm feeling nervous because I'm getting the shivers, like I'm cold, but it's not cold. You love them. Yeah, I'm going to go put some pants on. To clarify, I realized that was ambiguous. I did have shorts on. Was not entirely unclothed. I can't tell if it's like actually cold or if I'm just nervous. You were wondering. Hey, no pants like a true stranger. I remember Dumpster Donuts telling me that he like the temperature in his body went real weird when he was getting close to a run. He was like socks on, socks off. He's had to change it all the time based on how he was feeling. That's how I'm feeling right now. You get cold? You're also cold. Okay, what is, do I have the temperature? 13 degrees. So it's not warm. My temperature control goes completely out the window when I haven't had enough sleep. Interesting. Since working from home, you only wear shorts. Even in winter? I wear pants in winter. I don't even get out of my track pants that I wear to bed in winter. Such are the joys of working from home. Most exclusively wear pajamas. Nice. Do this very slow. Oh shit, that wasn't slow. A t-shirt if I have a meeting that requires cameras to be on. Yeah, I'd get out of my pajama top. I feel like I was gonna say I feel like my work deserves that, but I don't believe that to be true. But I feel like for my own personal sense of accomplishment, I like to get a non-pajama top on. This is the bar I'm trying to clear each morning. In winter, you keep a pair of sweatpants by the door. Yeah, nice. Oh, so you got the shorts on and you throw the pants on over the top. Interesting. I can't do that. I think I would not find that to be comfortable. Feels good to be a Kyle fan today. Looks like half the week I'll have a shower and get straight back into PJs. Nice. Nice. How are you going, Aaron, by the way? I don't think I asked you. Yeah, I'm going alright. I'm getting nervous, but other than that, it's a good run. This is the furthest I've got on stream. We're almost at my actual distance PB, my off-stream distance PB. But I always forget which way to go here. I think I want to go this way. Yeah, maybe. Go up. Thank you. Thank you. Much needed. No, this looks right. This looks right. Maybe you play off stream as well. It means you're not just doing it for the clout. Yeah. I'm winning so many friends with my hitless runs. JM over here watching like... I think we want to go this way. Oh. We did it. Distance PB. Actual distance PB. Oh. Me and my rock climbing friends give each other that same advice. What's that? Keep going up? Well, now we've just got to not stuff up the end of any percent. And we'll be fine. How hard could it be? I did it that one time. I'm more worried about THK, but Umu is not free, that's for sure. Also Deep Nest. Also literally every jump. Because of nerves. No jump is free because of nerves. Is free. Oh, look how it has to skip. Oh, yeah. I'd be lying if I said that didn't go through my head as I jump in there. Pretty much every time. Like, I definitely... That's what people send in Counter-Strike Go chat when I lose. Cry is free. Wow. But it really makes me want to play Counter-Strike. It went through yours. Hit a new chat. The other dude is following me. Thank you for the GG. What are you doing to hold onto the wall like that? Oh, I'm just doing a C dash. You know how you can do a C dash like that? You can also just like repeatedly press it rather than hold it down, and it just kind of stalls. I think I saw Deathless do that. It's like I'm definitely gonna have to get better at it for White Palace if I ever do that. It is very handy. I used to just Mantis Claw there, and that works as well. Sure looked like I knew what I was doing. Well, like there's degrees of knowing what you're doing. Like I'm pretty sure you can do it where you don't move at all, but you still don't activate the C dash. I think I was dropping a little bit, but it was fine for the purposes of that. Yeah, true. We'll take it. Like that, guys. Let's just take a moment. Yeah, blobble somewhere else, dude. Exactly. Who is Hera? Hera is the dreamer that is at Indignus. Gloves, welcome in. Just came to jinx my run, thank you. What an entrance. What an entrance. Oh man. Yeah, we got distance PB, and this is like proper distance PB now. Like, beat my previous off-stream one. I'm pretty happy. This is what I look like when I'm happy. Just in case you were confused. Just file that away for next time. Just so you know. Just so you know what it looks like. Yeah. That's when I get the run. No, that's not happy. That's what just happened. This is a disaster. That's drunk. That's drunk. Yeah, but not on stream. Like there's one here crawling, or is it up above? I still don't remember this area well enough. Like as soon as I dash, it's gonna come crawling. I did not manage my soul well, but thankfully, I've been here before. Yes, I have lost a run here before. I didn't kill it. What the fuck are you thinking? My goodness. Oh man. That would have been bad. I would have been pretty upset about that. At least I had the spell to get me out of jail. I can't even believe that. That's just unbelievable. Oh my gosh. I don't think she was the cause. It was just me. It's just my nerves. Just the silly old nerves. Playing their silly little tricks. Already got full soul. I need to. Wait a second. I'm waiting. Did you just skip a whole section of deepness? I skipped a whole section of Beast Den or whatever it is. But you need wings. You need wings to do it. You can't do it on any percent, unfortunately, unless you go and get wings. Yeah. Probably. I would say not worth it, honestly. In fact, 100% not worth it. I would definitely rather do Beast Den than fight Broken Vessel. Does also mean you don't get to sit on the party bench, that's true. That's probably the most horrific moment of the game, though, speaking of whether it's a horror game or not. Give it a good luck. I'm gonna do the sensible thing and hide chat because I'm definitely gonna look at it if I don't. See you on the other side. Oops. I'm gonna hide all these windows, in fact. Yes. Yes. Oh my god, I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. Oh man. Thank you for the 10 gift subs. Oh. Don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Man, I don't know if it's doing it on stream or if it's just the pressure of THK, but like I get so emotional. I've gotten so emotional after getting the 2 Hollow Knight runs that I didn't like. I celebrated when I got the Souls ones, but it wasn't the same. Oh man. You did, Malika. Thank you. Thank you for the bits, Cam. Yeah, wow. I was not expecting that quite honestly. I was not expecting it because I have not even really been thinking about this run. Did a little bit of practice before stream and that's it. Like, I thought it was just going to be we'll just play some Hollow Knight and see what happens, but thank you, Malika. Good luck with your class. Thank you for the gift sub, Shasha. I don't know what to say. Oh. It's Steven. He's back. Yeah, man, wow. I'm kind of speechless because, yeah, I just wasn't expecting it. And all the nerves are crashing down. Thank you, Shasha. Oh, thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for keeping me company while I this is the run. Oh, let's do that. We did it. We did it. Man. I'm in disbelief. Thank you for the anonymous gift sub to Glops too. Everybody thinks it's the run now. Alright, so I guess we will do next Monday. We will play some Sekiro, I think. But we won't go straight into no-hitting that because I used to be okay at the game, but I've played it recently and I've learned that I'm terrible at the game now. So I have to remember how to play the game first. So we'll do a kind of... I'll attempt to do a speedy playthrough of Sekiro. Not a speed run, but... And then we will try to get Shura. No hit, that will be the next on-stream run. But I'll be back tomorrow night with some more signals. And wow, I can't even. Thank you for the GGs. Alright, let's find somebody to raid. Because I'm cooked. My nerves are fried. Nerves are fried. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, bye. I might actually go to bed at a reasonable time too. What a win. That's the real win. That's the real win of this run. We'll go and see Sykes, eh? Copy the right message if you can. Do I need to finish here? I don't actually know. Thank you for the point, Kat. Not fast, but we did it. We did it. Thank you, Chico. Yeah, but thank you to everybody for being here through all the runs that weren't the wins. It's very much appreciated, and it does keep me going when the runs aren't so good, so thank you. I appreciate you all. Have good time zones. I'll be back tomorrow. Hope to see you then. Otherwise, yeah, be good. Yeah.